7 Japanese lifestyle practices. What researchers observe in long-lived communities. What if investigators examining some of the world's most long-lived populations uncovered something that surprised them? They anticipated discovering rare superfoods, costly supplements, or complicated medical interventions. Instead, they identified 7 straightforward daily practices so commonplace that most of us overlook them entirely. When researchers devoted decades to examining Japan's aging populations, they observed patterns that intrigued scientists worldwide and offered insights into traditional wellness approaches. Today, I'm presenting what these investigators have observed: 7 lifestyle practices that are common in Japanese communities known for longevity. Some may interest you, others might offer a different perspective on daily wellness habits. Before we begin, share your age in the comments. I enjoy hearing from our wonderful community. Important: I'm not a medical professional. This is educational material based on cultural observations and available research. Always consult your physician before making significant dietary modifications. Here's something that cultural researchers have observed for years. In traditional Japanese settings, you'll often notice a different approach to beverage temperature compared to Western customs. Traditional Japanese wellness practices have long emphasized consuming warm foods and beverages, particularly during meals. While the scientific evidence on this practice is still developing, some people report that this approach feels more comfortable for their digestion. The traditional thinking suggests that very cold beverages during meals might require extra energy to process, though scientific research on this specific claim is limited. Beginning each day with warm water or tea, choosing warm beverages during meals, enjoying cold drinks between meals rather than during eating. This approach doesn't require avoiding cold beverages entirely. It's simply about timing and personal preference. Some people who try this approach report feeling more comfortable after meals, though individual experiences vary significantly. Japanese communities have traditionally followed eating patterns that researchers now recognize as time-restricted eating, consuming meals within a specific daily window. Traditional Japanese meal timing often follows a natural pattern: morning meal around 7 a.m., midday meal around noon, evening meal by 7 p.m., then primarily water or tea until morning. Some research suggests that giving your digestive system regular rest periods may support natural cellular processes, though more research is needed to understand all the mechanisms involved. What's interesting is that this pattern often develops naturally in traditional communities, not as a deliberate dietary strategy. Important note: this approach isn't suitable for everyone, especially people with diabetes, eating disorders, or certain medical conditions. Always consult your healthcare provider before trying time-restricted eating. When researchers studied traditional Japanese village diets, they observed something interesting. These communities naturally included foods of many different colors in their daily meals. This wasn't a conscious dietary strategy, but rather a traditional cooking approach passed down through generations. Red foods, tomatoes, peppers, contain compounds like lycopene. Orange-yellow foods, carrots, sweet potatoes, provide beta-carotene. Green foods, leafy vegetables, seaweed, offer various vitamins and minerals. White foods, garlic, onions, mushrooms, contain unique compounds. Purple foods, eggplant, purple cabbage, provide different antioxidants. The benefit of eating a variety of colorful plant foods is well established in nutrition science. It naturally increases the diversity of nutrients in your diet. Traditional Japanese families include this variety naturally, with meals that might feature white rice, green vegetables, colorful pickled items, and varied seasonal produce. A gentle suggestion: try noticing the colors on your plate and see if you can add variety over time. In Okinawan culture, there's a phrase called Hara Hachi Bu, which means eating until you feel about 80% satisfied rather than completely full. This practice emphasizes paying attention to your body's natural hunger and satisfaction signals, which can take about 20 minutes to register. Some research on caloric restriction, when done safely and appropriately, suggests potential health benefits, though this area of study is still developing and shouldn't be attempted without medical guidance. Traditional techniques for mindful eating. Eating slowly and deliberately, chewing food thoroughly, using smaller serving dishes, putting utensils down between bites. The goal isn't strict calorie counting, but rather developing awareness of your body's natural signals. Important: this practice should never lead to malnutrition or create anxiety around food. People with any history of eating disorders should consult healthcare providers before focusing on portion control. Traditional Japanese cuisine naturally includes fermented foods at most meals: miso, pickled vegetables, and other naturally preserved foods. Modern nutrition science recognizes that fermented foods can provide beneficial bacteria that may support digestive health, though individual responses vary. Common traditional Japanese fermented foods: miso, fermented soy paste; naturally pickled vegetables; various fermented preparations. Research on gut health and beneficial bacteria is an active area of study, with emerging evidence suggesting that diverse gut bacteria may support overall wellness. Start with small amounts to see how your body responds. Look for naturally fermented products rather than just vinegar-pickled items. Consider options like miso soup, quality sauerkraut, or kimchi. Quality and gradual introduction matter, as everyone's digestive system responds differently. Some traditional Japanese eating practices involve consuming different food types in a particular order during meals. The traditional approach often involves eating vegetables and fiber-rich foods first, followed by proteins and then carbohydrates. Some preliminary research suggests that eating fiber before other foods might influence how the body processes the meal, though more research is needed to fully understand these effects. The traditional sequence: vegetables and fiber-rich foods, first protein sources, second carbohydrates, last. This approach may help some people feel more satisfied and experience more stable energy levels, though individual results vary. Simple ways to try this: finish salads or vegetable dishes before moving to other foods, include vegetables as a first course. Keep different food types somewhat separate on your plate. Many traditional Japanese wellness practices include starting the day with warm water before eating or drinking anything else. While scientific research on this specific practice is limited, proper hydration is universally recognized as important for health, and some people find that starting the day with water helps them feel more alert and comfortable. The traditional approach: 2 to 3 cups of comfortably warm water upon waking, waiting 30 to 45 minutes before eating breakfast, choosing a temperature that feels comfortable to drink. The potential benefits might include supporting natural kidney function, encouraging regular elimination, and promoting good hydration habits. Start gradually if this amount of water seems like a lot. Some people begin with smaller amounts and adjust based on how they feel. These 7 traditional practices reflect a lifestyle approach that emphasizes working with your body's natural processes and paying attention to how different foods and timing affect how you feel. The Japanese communities that follow these traditions aren't unique in their genetics. They've developed cultural practices over generations that many people find supportive of overall wellness. These are gentle, traditional approaches that prioritize mindfulness and balance rather than strict rules or dramatic changes. My suggestion: if any of these practices interest you, try incorporating one gradually and notice how it affects how you feel. What works for one person may not work for another. Which practice seemed most interesting to you? Share your thoughts in the comments. I genuinely enjoy learning from this community's diverse experiences. If you found these cultural insights helpful, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe for more content exploring traditional wellness practices from around the world. Remember, this content shares cultural observations and emerging research, not medical advice. Individual responses to dietary changes vary significantly. Always consult healthcare providers for personalized guidance, especially if you have any health conditions.